All right, guys. So for the player's voice category in the Game Awards, we have five interesting, not even five, but two interesting nominees. Now we have Clear Obscure Expedition 33, Dispatch, Genshin Impact, Hollow Knight Silk Song, and Wuthering Waves. I voted for Dispatch because Dispatch is one of my favorite games this year. I love decision-based games. I'm a huge fan of Telltale games. That's the reason why I voted for Dispatch. But seeing how Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves is involved in this, it blows my mind. It really does. And what blows my mind even more is that you really have people, these Hoyo shills, they really believe that Genshin Impact is gonna win. Look at this pathetic tweet. By the way, this person doesn't even have a check mark next to their name. Let me click their profile. Doesn't even have a check mark. So you're sucking Hoyo's meat for free. Damn, bro. Anyways, spent over an hour making 50 plus emails on different devices, but I did it. Let's get Genshin these votes and make sure they beat Woo up. Wholly unemployed. So this nigga made 50 accounts and voted for Genshin in spite of Woo up. You guys see exactly what I'm talking about. They're not voting for Genshin Impact because they think Genshin Impact is a good game. They're voting for Genshin Impact because they don't want Woo to win. This is pettiness at its like this is max pettiness, bro. This is no different from the whole Genshin versus Sonic situation when Oyo shows were voting for Genshin Impact because they didn't want Sonic to win. They voted for Genshin Impact because they wanted more pulls. And that's why the gacha community has a bad rep. Because whenever these gacha games are included in the Game Awards, people are always saying it, like in the gacha, like not even the gacha community, but the gaming community in general, right? Mainstream. Whenever you're watching content creators like Asmongold or Maximilian Dude, when you look at their chat, whenever they show a gacha game in the Game Awards, their chat, they're like, oh my gosh, who fucking cares about these gacha games? These shits fucking suck. Why are these gacha games in the Game Awards? Bro, everybody in the gaming community, in general, a huge majority, they don't fuck with gacha games. They don't. They do not fuck with gacha games. So if you genuinely think that Genshin Impact or Wuthering Waves has a chance of beating Clear Obscure, Dispatch, and Hollow Knight Silk Song, you are a fucking moron. You are. You are a fucking moron, and you live in a bubble. You live in a bubble, and you need to realize that outside that bubble, there's a bigger world. There's a bigger world, and in that world, there's a fuck ton of people playing real fucking games. You can vote for whichever game you want to vote for. It's your opinion. But, oh, apologies guys, but facts will always be facts. It's honestly insulting how Genshin Impact and Woo, they're both involved in this shit. It's honestly insulting. Like when I see Clear Obscure and Dispatch, never in a million years I would think that Genshin Impact and Woo would be like in the same category as these two games. It blows my fucking mind. It really does. It blows my mind. At least put something like Hades 2 or some shit. But Genshin Impact and Woowa, are you fucking kidding me? And if you guys think I'm joking when it comes to the Genshin versus Sonic situation, no, it literally fucking happened. Back in 2022, the Genshin versus Sonic comparison primarily refers to a fan conflict that emerged during the 2022 Game Awards, particularly over the Player's Voice Awards. So the same category back in 2022, the same drama is happening again in 2025. That's how you guys know this game right here, this community is the fucking problem. They're the problem. They're entitled. They want Genshin Impact to win everything just to get free pulls and just to be petty. These niggas are fucking cooked in the head, man. This conflict was a war between the large Genshin Impact community and the Sonic Frontiers fandom, who felt the game was a significant step forward for the franchise. Ultimately, Genshin Impact won the award, with the outcome heavily influenced by its larger player base. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, yo, this shit is gonna be interesting, man. I'm telling y'all, if Genshin ends up winning, bro, that shit is gonna be fucking hilarious. The amount of content we'll have if Genshin wins, bro. But they're not. They're not gonna fucking win. We already know that. It's just a fact. They're not gonna win. It's just funny how these people are putting in this much effort to make Genshin win. Just, brother, there's only two right answers here, or three: Clear Obscure, Dispatch, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. But number one is Clear Obscure. That's just a fucking fact. We are comparing two games where you are forced to pull for characters in order for you to actually have something to do in the fucking game. Because if you don't pull for characters, guess what you're gonna do the entire time? You're gonna run around and pick up mint in Genshin Impact. And the same can be said for WoW. You're just gonna run around, pick up materials, go through the story, and then like, I don't know, just like log off and do something else. That is your content in these gacha games. We're comparing that to games like Clear Obscure, where Clear Obscure, this game costs $49.99. $49.99, ladies and gentlemen. You're spending like $50 on a game that gives you 70 hours of content or more. Depends on, you know, how you progress through the game. You're spending $50 on a game that gives you rich content, amazing story, great exploration, great gameplay, all the things you're looking for in these gacha games. You're only spending $50 for Clear Obscure, and it's a one-time payment. You're not forced to spend money over time, right, to have fun with the game like you have to do in these gacha games. Oh, I gotta spend $300 to get this character. Oh, I gotta spend $200 to get this weapon. You ain't forced to do that shit. You ain't forced to do that. One-time payment, and you get a once-in-a-lifetime experience. That's a great deal. That is a great deal. No predatory practices, none of that bullshit. You just play the game and have fun. All you're required to do is for you to just simply play the game. That's it. Hollow Knight Silk Song, this game costs $20. You get like 70 hours of content for Hollow Knight Silk Song. Dispatch, you're literally playing a show with amazing story. You take a look at these three games right here and compare that shit to Genshin, where they can't even implement a skip button. This is a fucking joke. And if you think, just like this fucking cuck over here, if you think that Genshin has a chance of winning, and the fact that you had to make multiple accounts to do this shit, it just proves that, you know, deep down inside, nigga, Genshin is not fucking winning because you know it's not a good game. You're only voted for Genshin because you want to be petty. That's it. That's the only reason why. And this can be rage bait. This could be fake. It's just sad that you had to do this to begin with. Just to get some sort of like, you just had to get some attention. Like, when it comes to these Hoyo shows, it really comes off as these niggas don't get attention in real life. So they go on Twitter to rage bait, you know, they go on Twitter to start drama because they lack it. Like, nobody gives a fuck about them in real life. So they're like, oh shit, I gotta go on Twitter and, you know, find some attention, say something stupid. It's fucking ridiculous. A better nominee for this would be Where Winds Meet. Put Where Winds Meet in place of Genshin Impact. Replace Genshin Impact with Where Winds Meet. And if for WUWA, just put Hades 2. That would be way better. I feel like a lot of people would actually take players' voice a lot more seriously if they took these two games out. And this is coming from somebody who actually likes WUWA, right? I like WUWA, but let's be honest, guys. Let's be real. WUWA does not deserve to be here, bro. It doesn't. It doesn't deserve to be here. Yes, it is by far one of the best gacha games out there, but it doesn't deserve to be in players' voice because this game has predatory shit in it too. You look at the recent TOA reset, that shit is fucking predatory, bro. Oh, if you want to remove all these, if you remove all the resistance, pull for echo skill characters. Like, come on, man. And like, WUWA is no different from all these gacha games where the content is locked behind characters. Like, come on. Where Winds Meet and Hades 2 would have been a better nominee. That would have been way better, and I feel like people would actually take this shit seriously. But this is an easy W for Clear Obscure. Easy W for Clear Obscure. I voted for Dispatch because I just like it, me personally. But Clear Obscure, I think Clear Obscure is actually gonna win. And if it's not Clear Obscure, it's probably gonna be Dispatch. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But it's so sad how I have to make a video explaining why like Genshin Impact is not gonna win this shit, or even Wooba. Like, it's so fucking sad how I actually have to explain this. It just shows how far gone these gacha players are, and that they don't play any other game but gacha games. The gacha brain rot is fucking real. But hope you guys have a good one, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. Adios.